Yakwe programming Vice President Dr. Bawumia. Omo Jinisika. Obuo Kwanso because every anya raise funds near the nya kwamponeso. Kennedy Ohine Agyapong. Omo Jinisika. Dr. Brian Champon. Omo Jinisika. Dr. Educhum. Omo Jinisika. The Gypsy Dukraba can home say as far as the Biomusiki Omusika. But these ones I'm 100% sure. Just to organize the thing and organize it well. The Antimukram Pampejo Monsa and Treni Passe. Oh, Nipai only Okia say an answer on Okura account of Mutia. No, so Kofokra, man, you almost want no mercy. Now, my Bako, echo runs the stadium. Me, one not stands in him, your coffin Crofo, the Roman to Abani Bicurabe. Or evidence said, touching no San Costa, Crofon, and Scapofi.
MPP Delegate Conference the train on the 19th of July weekend yeah. Who say aspirant a umpese omo prima MPP 2028 election a umbeto omo so about primaries 31st January 2026 outside the stadium. Honorable Kyei Agyapong eba ni supporters ebo jeniso. Sanso na Dr. Bawumia also about the same thing. Dr. Brian Champon. Dr. Yaosei Educhum. Obia uncle for eboje won so fe outside the stadium na inside the stadium and honorable Stephen Amoa Sticka HSA o problem pa if you said Dr. Bawumia ekasa wie ya man atwa stadium mu nyina hia age fans ni nyina a chese osusu se entwa yie ase ya de ne staged conference no omo stage ma nipa baako sa asem we na honorable say Kyei Mensah bonsu HSA enye no kreda nsema Sticka kano ono de woni ne nya adwene baako sei na nsema Sticka kan ni sade adwumade ni course na Dr. Bawumia ebe kasaye ewieye na oje ne fans wo stadium honum nyina ewieye no opanyin baako a ehu se omo one ne nkofo epia abonten e wona Kyei Agyapong omo pie abonten no de na omo aye de se omo ye nyina ewieye a Dr. Bawumia abe kasa awie na wa chiachi awie e no omo pie na mehwe omo na mehwe omo dimina na mu se no ampa na chese Honorable Kyei Agyapong camp no na omo ni nje ho de course no omo ko before say program no kra na ye be pon
What is that?
nti eno na Sticka ekire se no mebi wo no ma one omo ya adwen ebi wo nso so a one omo nya adwen ase orchestrated eno ena ona boss Kyei Mensah bonsu ebe reply nti Sticka mra
yes ne nipa bi complain say aspirant ni bi wo a ye ma omo kwan se wo mo mefa inner perimeter ho ebi wo a ya ma omo kwan but nchemu no so aba se obi se Dr. Bawumia say won se wo ye former vice president and osan ye former candidate of the party at 2024 modern call here into no de ni position no different I say bia na danko akufado aba na mampani Agyapong kufo aba udin fan to obi aba meanwhile no so kra no say ye mie nomination ya kase obi anye campaign it oba ye in his capacity as former vice president na his capacity as obi amodern call 2024 ntina nkanye boni sa de we ugini say
yo kwame ye din kan me feel say activities ni bi ohwa en Ukraine antiasie kakra wom na emom ye mo so ene ne bi omu ye no e ma nipa bebre so adwen say e da organize ade we say ne be ya ye be ma candidate bi sabe ya stage and manage the whole thing ama a favor no than obi kwame de din kan stadium wako stadium bebre wahwe ball bebre with TV so anokre enipa omokoto aba no a eso omokoto motion omokopass no e was say constituency bi enipa dunso region bi enipa dunso any national your constituencies mako ahemienu ediosunsia 276 nesro me fuma mo fanchene o multiply by enipa edunso na 17 ya magemu no ebe empem 9 ediosia empem 9 ahensia ediokumienu about 4692 se me fuma mo fanchene enna region so ye wo mako dunsia and also sabe multiply by enipa dunso and say about 290 something oka we boma less than 5,000 and I was saying omoto abano omo ye anane no omo ye kwame opa stadium ho say mutidi twaya kohwe sisia enipa na gu and more than 10,000 more than 10,000 me say ye nyina nyankwara na ye ba beto aba streetly no I was say ma o ma beto aba na ba ho sa no mo kai afa ekwi akire no ya ba kwan ma nkrofo ahodo bebre outimi se so bi na organize wo so mmegu ho na se ne be ya wo betia ma ye dede ama nkrofo agin se ebi a candidate we ana bi ana si die oni na nipa na eboje ne so be kwame ebi aso ya to no ho o ma me ewu na so wada se be kwame do wa ana se ufie ne funu bebon ho sa ne ma no enkeyi menga se chinchina ya smesi anama ene ye da hyehyeye say obi mfom so say ebo apayo ya ku yenim no ya nhwe ne bi because stadium na ni pe gu stadium nipa 4,000 enya akonya ne ya hyehye no mo tete so me ko hobi e constance num they cannot remarkably go beyond two major segments that form the stadium spans and structure enya no kore we be happy if you are. But what you need to do any good stadium for? It is oh yeah now the wow candidate and I must support a particular candidate be ejina lanes num ne columns num now move push original how you say me kro obi anim say me support Dr. Bawumia onimonyam for former vice president. Kwame say me jina sans mu na nipa pushing for obi answer mo anye no so I'm sorry. E say bi obu o ma no ya mu ya nkakura I'm sorry because sabe onye nipa ketewa. Enti that is one thing a course one and try it is any for the baby way in and your KBB or say I nay enti and yet even executives na call no pay say what you say and na omuna ye I know you go fan crofo be grow no mo ye menka say executives na nyanto etimi gibe pass e bia I bi o ha na nke bia and Kyei Mensah na nebia and I mean particular be and me against or for Yan America. But Poco Fanny Baby Begum so mun TM say a pana and Oma Gumno, baby no, even more than Kofu that to Aban. Only need eligibility as Omotuaba. Granny, sign Kyei. Now let's come back to Vice President. I dear me no more against a Vice President, Yamanaka say because one President, former President Kofu, Uniho, former President Kufuor, Uniho, and to woman in any honor said one and one former Vice President. He did you maybe say, and a dear see a manacasa. Honestly, I'll see a manacasa, and a dear. I will be just a open soil bias. I'm trying not to be biased, honestly. But, now, Cassa, on nonsense in Num Uncle run the stadium, Pagan and Saman Croforman Yoyo. A prayer. Yes, our program, no. So the special recognition man for being too Musika and organize the program. And we say we are officer, Papa. Yes, programming. Vice President Dr. Bawumia. Almost Jinisika, Obuokwanso, because every year raising funds near the Enya company. So, Kennedy on Agyapong, almost Jinisika. At Dr. Brian Champon, almost Jinisika. Dr. Duchum, almost Jinisika. They just say, because I can't almost as far as they do almost do Musika. But these ones, I'm 100% sure. Just to organize a thing and organize it well. No, not Uncle Fui. The Antimicron Pump, Joe and Training Passe. Oh, Nipai only Otia say an answer on Okura Mutia Tiesica. No, no, some Cofocra, man, you almost want no mercy. Now, Bako, echo runs the stadium. I'm a young canocre. If you are wrong, I did you know, yeah, officer advantage. And people are even say incumbency.
Now, why they call around the stadium? Why they call around the stadium?
Oh, Dr. Bawumia.
Sebia, his capacity as former vice president.
And me, we say capacity as vice president, well, and the crew. Yamana Bekasa, which he was right to have spoken as will be a representative. Now going around the stadium, and what was its implication? Oh, the Ankanokre. That's for that time now, Kufuor Niho, Nana Duniho, only the next year. Also programs such as that, especially in your flag bearer as former vice president, as well Kasa. Because another way be a canon the Bekasa. It is that one it's agreed. But taking him round the stadium round the day, is that a matter of stage manage at the me one not sans in your coffin for the Bromon to Abani Bikurabe Jim. I have Ripu Omutu. Send your bear Bema picture this executive in our support, which is not the case. You know, correct that. Sabani Abato. Kenyans will see when and at grassroots polling station coordinators, some of the constituency executives, and even some of the regional executives, and some of the national executives, and then they say, but what they say, what you will be a chica. Now, what they manage BB, I support one person. The ministry a MPP because we need that coherence. Beat NDC. NDC in your force to NDC. Or more opposition. Quiet to a banana head. Basa Kakrom de Bear. Now near to Ablekuma Central. To come together and beat NDC 2028. And maybe undermine the peace and the tranquility and the coherence and the teamwork. We all want to come together. And you'll be an all politics, ma. Chinchina also in your Obi want a commitment. Our war, Emma on minor, any party, no. Association on one again. Since any pan, what do you mean for the deal with run? You can't say, I do Mugayan, oh my ye. Now, the Yamia said, any probably who said, the sea stadium, no. Not a orchestrated, a cosmetic. Yes, I say, they damn people no near their pizza.
On our way,
and I better actually only executives so do Mugia, or by office, or with you, or would be honor. He said to Kranom your mother from Bayagma publicly, I'm in Agyapong. But now almost one more rounds. And that is how they were very angry. Because we are executive. Oba said you won't go for Pierre in China. Omen in a constituency, Omen in a region, Omen to a Benibi, Omen a page Omen say, I need definitely executive in Bubefu.
Now, I mammy so say yes, Simusomo Bano. honorable Kennedy Akumpre kwa Japan mo kwa de it is said na Yesu Sunny Jerusalem no what triumphant entry what ponko so we na masa hu video ba ko bi a open car mu na ne nkrofo nyina yesesam say ne we obi ya ne de
there be Kwame and no ye outside the stadium and the yenyan nkrofo na omo bo se ema Dr. Edichum nkrofo mu bo se ema Dr. Brene Champong nkrofo mu bo se ma His Excellency Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia yenyan nkrofo na omo so bo se ema Kennedy Ohene Agyapong and the nokore and we outside the stadium by a inner parameters na France no ya beto aba kwani wonti hoyi ya beto aba wo fa wo stance no wo beka ani anada bi ya one number omoto aba ni bi emremu ya kwasesa nkrofo a ya kwasesa nkrofo a omo nka wo mo ho in their thousands abegum enti aba ne yeto ye no ayete se parliament ye 276 ya meto aba enya head count enya secret ballot or whatever it is na yesi yanfa voice na inside the parliament you know instead of 275 we nipa ebia 1001 Kwame, does it actually reflect democracy? Are we adhering to internal rules of the law that we need? Are we sure say independent go be brain obi did they have the voting right at that time? Kwame woni bibi and okra me ye be kumi kura meka kopim se mi and okra me kama obi a me kama Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia in the Agyapong Brene Champong Dr. Edichum obi I am saying this because whoever wins the election, we need the support and the commitment and the involvement and the participation of each of them to come on board to beat the NDC. And the onus is on the national executives, the organizers, to at least refrain from putting up some of these behaviors. Because MWA will be a CSC media. Women come with a before and after because I mean, second is upon win the election. And it will be what the results will be. But the point is, you have a free and fair elections.
Tiwe ye mu kakra Sticka eka ye yentie honorable Kyei Mensah bonsu side.
Ayi wo fa Sticka ene wo bosundwetiri. Na sundwetiri a wo bɔ ne se. Mo makɔ ayi delegates conference. Ena mo akwa gige enipa no kwa bia donate towards the conference. Na mo bie mo ama ba ko na wonam ina parameter no ogi fans no du ba bi kura na na kese at the expense of nipa bi o contribute o so anya kwan anya sa opportunity ni bi na enkomo we eto sen me ni kwa me kire mu say his capacity as former vice president no and his capacity as former flag bearer no ugiri se bia ofa dwam chiachia wo mo a ebra na na dan kwakufu ademu ni ho ebra mapeni kufu mu ni ho a senka ne kwan so no wose da bi ede ne de se ni se ne me kura me to na twigira so se wo mo ba ne yehu videos bia wo te ponko so te se de na Jesus ewura Jerusalem no na echiom tiati open car mu wose no de outside the stadium afemu di nipa dodo no aba obi a mo to aba nipa no a wo nyenya ka se am ai na cheze ebunkam wo man kompes wo to enkomo yi ete osan
the kwani me da se di kan no en se beda organizers no ase any entity for mo pa ye no beda mo nyina ase pa ye jumedia ye di ni na no eye fe ashasie no no kreni amoyi papa e ka se be shasie we be nundu if I can say 8 o'clock 8:30 no be at traffic na preliminary ne mania ma be ye 9:30 die ni ashasie enti ni amasa ye shasie na bodu mienu nti conference no me fa na say delay be don really mienu a be ka say hono ye ankoyi they not too the organization of the conference in my considered view I think is either the best or one of the best organized in the history of NPP. And the man here no. Yeah, be free me na me tie efi Minia Kuma Nas and Wofase, Stephen Amwa, Honorable, Hono, Anao Case, Asia Cosse Sanko for a big gumun and Omoye. I don't know, Mini say, what's happening to any strict prover. Sticka bit me at the one dance yaba, so because it's a beefy baby. Already, the Kakra near the delegates, they see the various constituencies and regions, Nabano, not heading. Not heading, Emma party, no, they say, Yaba opposition. And the Sikasemo Ayeding. The party no cry, Echo Treasury in Pennyfobi, Emma, one more pin, and no more can say on Bebois. Canadian Agyapong, Nipimu, or Case, over 3 million, Eddie Abois. A Jorda, last week, now she Sunday, now she na, I mean, now, or the 3 million number. He was the first person who tear in the pledge, you know, or the 3 million number. A quite new moon, not Binimu Mocas and Bitiana, and my. The Kennedy, and T and say, or signed the 1 million crack, I just say, no, that you were pledging and crowd more than that, 4 million. A year, a dear was a bonapasso say, or yard, because Majlis says, Ganama and a bedding say conference. No, yeah, can say it was maybe the best, arguably the best organized. No, into AB and into Minyanasa. And Dr. Adichum, also created in TNSA, Utia 500,000, 500,000, upon a homoding. And Tifrima, former chief of staff. Also, the big body, Eka say, former ministers, no, or the Geo Musica no Modia Beboa. I think it's kind of Okasa Bobo Modendia Banos in the region of Bay 1.5 million. Minim ultimately, so ultimately the size cannot buy. But at least that was the initial pledge, or the on behalf of the former ministers, no, Okasa or the Beba. Brian Champon, Eka Subitia 3 million. Mintie and they say, Utia Yamba. I shall see now or say difficulties to be or risk be any name a mile into the kind of 100,000 ever toho. And the train, I think on the it's a Friday no also, what they can become home. Utia 3 million. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, or no, Okaso Betia 5 million. Utia, Equanimuna, and what is Kamaya Dino.
Honorable Brian Champo to 3 million.
Okay.
And what Caso Mem Scabio, where you send me Quack down or Bacasa or the Akotia Minabutre.
And then, also a born homoding, a TIP. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, or Mobeka Train or Case, Bomodina, Senisia, Edrun, which are 5 million. 5 million would try. A Sena yet, na Omunisika, Nesicano, Emano. Upia 1 million. Another 1 million Sunday can if you don't know, that's a man he paid 3 million. And Jomina Kaka, bidding with 50,000, you beat 100,000. Kaka, Ena, a Kabua Noa, Yamia the meeting ye, Senya, a year no man, ye, a Fessana. I mean, indeed, Senya Mekano, already similar hoarding in this cafe. Or evidence is a party no san koto san krofo nyesika koto san krofo fi baby on famra we need to rebuild the party, we need to rebuild and some are winning who are dance here we shut up the kickers answer me to do it doesn't help the cause of the party.
I know I say nipa no we computation na say omo ye be 4,000 near chin but nipa na what stadium one close to be 8,000 echo.
Okay, I said I'm saying
was it no more 8,000? I didn't so cross out Kabumwa. True delegation must be a little above 4,000.
Unless there's any evidence to show so the person on Kahon, on the delegate and no pie. So, in the now we can say me a shade that got a sanko. Already it's kind of the organizing Grambuno. Not if you cannot adding if you had that women than a Grambuno no panel. I know the difficulty the party was going through. And now you then walk with the Kakota Sanko for the Omonka or Major Holiday. It is not true. Yes, me as an individual, amendments in the on proposal, yeah. And the Queen did say, Elisenka, they get to. But in the collective wisdom of Omobushia or Omaso, Omajatum, and Omajitum, from an Omajitum. For instance, you say, youth. organizers no wo youth movement ni mu no eni se obro nfi aduasanum omode kwesa na beto ho no adusia so omo gina ho no ese baby yen party no youth no omo cut off age ni 40 years almost still in 40 years in from 35 international protocols na no define youth as omo nya more than 35 years. So, but your constitution in my home crime will be 40 years. Will belong to the youth movement, because position to know. So, and they may not be disagree. On my muyamra, your youth act. Youth act and also text the ceiling at 35. But in the collective wisdom of woman, or almost the for the 40, then I disagreed. And so, you don't know, and the scene, I would say, the constitution, let's say, we party bar. You are required to uphold in public the decisions of the party. So the party decided some me so and I'm saying MPP you know. What me fa say 40 no and the defining age, the ceiling. The different for na me ni ho mo de bae say the steering committee president yemra no oka ho amanfo say yenyi president in steering committee. So I disagreed. Presidential candidate which means or a member of the steering committee. So presidential candidate member of the steering committee. Now almost say we a presidential candidate we are a member. Immediately better Obama or no steering committee. I mean, how do you justify this? And the Nigeria say it was a wrong decision. However, it's been taken by the party. We have to live with it until maybe baby the amendment for. What I say. And see, me, I didn't agree with that. But the party don't know a place. Another matter, me as an individual, na me say, emwa, say, also a party no in defining who is the leader of the party. So can be me anything. Coming at the constituency level, parliamentary candidates, any members of parliament, even though party is defining who the leader is, they are the de facto leaders because the candidate, and I said the NTNO, he is the center of organization of the party in his constituency. Ebesika said the Kopesika de Berani party, Bibia, a year since, including a year since about wedding, Nini Manema, Bedin to Ayeko, everything revolves around the party. The party constitution says secretary in Pianica. Let anybody tell me, say, constituency there now, and your parliamentary candidate, and I say, MP Pia, a secretary, Nuka. What you say? Indeed, they will say, the president is in Basra, the president is the de facto leader of the party. But everybody knows that the president is the de facto leader of the party. You don't hear from a chairman there. And say a president saying, you say he who pays the piper calls the tune, and this a basic assumption and a chairman no constituency level, national level, chairman copies can never run a party. But you and I know say usually is the president or the presidential candidate about to also in a man no on the okura said occupy about one of our chairman no and I'm not saying no send making name many woman yagini but do not cano coming a me chairman wouldn't you make a do not cadia who am I to make us a name so and any money in an idea of weapons so but once the decision is made just like parliament idea a yem ready so saying you say a cow conanki chima for baby. But don't want to get to Mrs. Say pa. That is the end of it. And he Nini no messer and say Yansen me only any cassa and so and no montra or no moving any money. And why an answer will be moody. Oh, sir, Cassano, Kwame, and moi. Now I mean to Nikie so Cassana yetchin chimbi Didiama Bawumia say Wakase now on for tracks in Munasi. Bawumia Kasa or Kasai not. It was not in his capacity as maybe a vice president, a president in the hall now or Kasama Womo. Otherwise, the president knew but he didn't do that in his capacity as a vice president or former vice president. He did so in his capacity as the immediate past presidential candidate. Only a call, and also original partner in my call. And every year, and Dr. Bawumia, why, thank you to Akuko regions. But this is the first time, and if I from the various constituencies, I bet she say, and your man, I said, one casa in his capacity as the immediate past flag bearer. And to really, and OTC track, say, basically, or damn man for us. Honey, what is wrong with this? One more, almost and not send a medical can say, I didn't want to you. Without them, it'd be a conference on Amazon. But the Kyei say, Nanabuachi, our year, or a national organizer. Or play Muka, ask them, a tray, no Pia, a contributor here, and Mammy Kyei board, a can, eating, I'm not for Bojana Sopa, say, a bombarding. Omo contributing, and a bee, a can, Sassem, and Mambo Janiso. Now, say, other people know any opportunities. They say, party no baby, I want to Kwame. Ye me a quine say, will be a matron, say, over so decode anymore. They are banning a declaration of intent. There are some people are almost thinking, almost lazy or boots. Say, the breed drew her. Ebi almost better, a jom say, almost so, some decode any. We haven't heard about them yet. And now, Sabri, I am Mark, I know. Wouldn't go both didn't say, will be able to think for a brass of the sober. A burning answering. The brass so, Anna, and Ka, Omodina Banan Kyei conference, EDR, and Ka, the party would have had the opportunity and occasion to introduce Ubia, maybe a day or so. But I'm some wrestling in Zanimano, Amaso. And that is the truth of the matter. After I say, Abai Betrono, the Betrabanampa, the Trabano, a battle drew her, sending in a session of 31st January, Betrabano. And then my uncle, and my uncle, it is a bit honor, a betro, Abanama, the Nazi, a Twitter, which is why it is important to say, Adia. They've been from the top bottom was a bottom to top or whatever description of the man on. Yes, you see the Babua. Then you bet we are mad dinner, but Krumono, a creature. Now you decoding. I agree with a Sticka. Sending in a chino, they are fat dog, and in Kabumunia Komapa, and you couldn't here. It will be difficult for us to win back power.
Abusua Agyapong on demand service for and a say Agyapong on demand for say. Say o pese wo di dwuma bia nkankangana fo amwo brochire a obehia nipa didi so ya tilers anasa building constructors fashion designers chese auto mechanic bia o pese wo di say dwuma bia ma no obekọ ye app no so na wa download Agyapong on demand service ayesa so obekọ www.agyapong-on-demand-service eno so obekọ ko hu edwuma di edi nyina ni trimopo nyina ne se ye boawo ema okokofo bi ana wudi dwuma bi a nipa a okokofa no esansa wunnim na kira kwan bia nti no to bi kura nipa na gisika wie open here na hu no Agyapong on demand for aba ama sa ha nyina afiri ho esansa obi bia ya de be ma so woni dwuma bia ma no ya ye background checks ehu se se nipa yi onim ne wo ye enye kwanche trefa ni bia wonim de wo ye ene ye fa no edna ma wo na ni December ko omu ne se onipa bia de be ma wo a odi be di dwuma bia no sabe background no sem anase si ebu afaso pade a enya de besi na wanso san nim se sabe ko soja mumpo a ye wo military police ono so soja ni ochi soja ni eno me kire mu se eye Agyapong on demand for no ye san so supervisors a abre nyina no omko rounds check se adwuma na nipa no de beda ye no sa pepepe ene ye no na se Agyapong on demand de omama adwuma no aye simple se bibi ni ena onte ase ampacho no afa numbers no aye gusuo no no afre